The good Lord did not do Sarah any favors in the looks department. More a man's face than a woman's, really.
How'd she die?
Saw herself in the mirror one day. No. Cancer.
On March 10th, Alexander Payne was at the Oscars for The Holdovers. The Holdovers is one of the most critically acclaimed films of the year, and was nominated for Best Picture, Best Actor, Best Supporting Actress, Best Original Screenplay, and Best Editing. Divine Joy Randolph ended up taking home Best Supporting Actress, a much-deserved win for her heartfelt performance.
I have to give a special shout out to my publicist. And I know y'all said don't say nothing about no publicist, but you don't have a publicist like I have a publicist.
Except for Downsizing in 2017, a film that prompted Alexander Payne to take a 6-year break from directing films before returning in great form with The Holdovers. Alexander Payne's films have mostly gotten Academy Award nominations. The film which got the most nominations, at 6 but no wins, is 2013's comedy drama road film, Nebraska. And that's the film we're going to be discussing tonight. Nebraska and The Holdovers are the two films that Alexander Payne directed but didn't write. In both cases, Alexander Payne has tapped a first-time feature film screenwriter.
And that's how it happened. I mean, in between there somewhere, I guess I wrote it. It's hard to remember. It's been so long. But it was a little struggle for me to write because I'd never written anything more than 5 minutes before writing sketches. And even a lot of those sagged in the middle. So the thought of trying to write an hour and 45-minute story was very daunting, and it took me quite a while.
Bob Nelson, who wrote Nebraska, like David Hemmingson, who wrote The Holdovers, was originally a TV writer. However, unlike David Hemmingson, who has been ubiquitous across TV, Bob Nelson was mostly doing local Seattle-based sketch comedy. In 2002, a decade before Nebraska was made, Nelson started the screenplay along with several TV sitcom pilots that didn't get picked up. The Seattle show that Bob Nelson wrote for and acted in was called Almost Live. It aired from 1984 to 1999 on Seattle's King TV. One of Bob Nelson's fellow cast members was a young Joel McHale. Another was a former Boeing engineer who invented a hydraulic resonant suppressor tube, but dreamed of not 747s, but being the next Mr. Wizard.
Hey, bud. Hey, it's time to go to lunch. Where do you want to go? It's your turn to pick.
Well, doesn't matter to me, you know, whatever you think.
Well, you know me. I mean, I'll eat anything.
Well, how about some Thai food? And, we haven't done that in a while.
Sounds great. Great. I'll drive.
Okay.
And he used Almost Live to create a science guy persona and to perfect science experiments on live TV. Bill Nye the Science Guy was born on Seattle's Almost Live after he quit Boeing in 1986. Bill Nye also helped Bob Nelson get a screenplay, Nebraska, to Ron Yerxa and Albert Berger in 2006.
And while I was doing that show for Bill Nye before I moved down here, a producer from LA came up to work on it. Her name is Julie Thompson. And you can see her name now on the credits as an executive producer. And she read the script while she was producing the Nye show and said, I know a man, Ron Yerxa, who's a producer in LA, who might enjoy this type of very small film.
Ron Yerxa and Albert Berger became most famous for Little Miss Sunshine, but they'd also produced Alexander Payne's Election in 1999. They expected Alexander Payne to help them shop the script around.
No, right after Julie got the script to Ron Yerxa, they optioned it, and within a month or two, they'd sent it to Alexander because they'd worked with him on Election. They produced that movie with him. And they said, do you want to executive produce this, which would mean maybe trying to help us find the money. And we were thinking in terms of a $2 million movie at that time. And they also said, maybe you know a Midwest director, someone up and coming who would relate to this material. Well, he did shock us all when he called them and said, I would like to direct it.
But he unexpectedly wanted to direct it in the distant future. It made sense. Bob Nelson wrote the screenplay about his own family. His dad had 17 siblings, and he and Bob's mom had gotten together in Nebraska.
My dad himself had 17 siblings, and that's where those uncles come from that you you see in the movie, those are my uncles. And as a brother of mine, who, when he first saw the movie, mentioning that scene where they're watching TV and talking about cars, he said, "That's not writing, that's dictation."
Alexander Payne was born in Omaha, Nebraska, and though his paternal grandfather was a Greek immigrant who owned an Omaha restaurant, a restaurant his parents would take over when his grandfather retired, his maternal grandmother was from Lincoln, Nebraska, where the climax of the film takes place.
Come on, let me take you home.
Going to Lincoln, it's the last thing I do. I don't care what you people think.
Listen to me, you didn't win anything. It's a complete scam, so you gotta stop this, okay?
I'm running out of time.
You didn't even have a suitcase.
I'm not staying there.
Dad, I can't let you go.
It's none of your business.
Yes, it is. I'm your son.
Well, then why don't you take me?
You can't just drop everything and drive to Lincoln, Nebraska.
Oh, what else you got going on?
Nebraska stars Will Forte of SNL fame as David. Forte has appeared across TV and movies in silly and light comedy, mostly, like MacGruber, The Last Man on Earth, and The Lego Movie. Nebraska gave him a way to mix comedy with sometimes bleak and exasperating drama.
There's Woody's little sister, Rose. She was only 19 when she was killed in a car wreck near Wausau. What a whore.
Mom.
No, I liked Rose, but my God, she was a slut.
Come on.
Now, I'm just telling you the truth. She was screwing guys in the back of Hawthorne Creamery when she was only 15.
Come on, Mom. Jesus.
Bob Nelson based the David character on himself. It also stars Bruce Dern as David's alcoholic and forgetful father, Woody.
These ain't mine.
Of course they're yours. Whose else is it gonna be? Here, see if
They're
it
not my
fits.
teeth.
They have to be.
I ought to know my own teeth. Of course they're my teeth. Don't be a moron.
June Squibb, a long underutilized character actress, as David's mother, Kate. June got an Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress for her role.
She wanted to marry someone who milked the cows. I said, I ain't fiddling with no cow titties. I'm a city girl.
Bob Odenkirk as Randy, David's more successful older brother, and Stacy Keach, TV's former Mike Hammer, as the asshole-scheming former partner of Woody, Ed Pegram. Woody gets convinced that a magazine subscription letter is declaring that he won $1 million in a sweepstakes in Lincoln, Nebraska. He keeps trying to walk to Lincoln from his home in Billings, Montana. Finally, David gets annoyed enough that he decides to drive his ailing and forgetful father to Lincoln, knowing that he didn't win $1 million, but wanting to show him that once and for all. So they take off for Lincoln, but after a series of accidents, they have to stop in Hawthorne. Hawthorne was Woody and Kate's hometown, and Woody's family, his many, many surviving brothers and their families, all still live in the area.
And a little more.
That's what it was. Still driving that?
I haven't had that for years.
I thought you still had it.
Understanding where he was, not crossing the line of scrimmage before he delivered the pass.
It was 78, wasn't it? 79.
It's been decades since they visited the town, despite everyone being old as hell. The trouble that Woody's drinking caused all those years ago soon catches up with him, especially after he starts telling people he won $1 million. One of Woody's brothers, Ray, who he stays with in Hawthorne, is played by Rance Howard, the father of Ron Howard. Some of these scenes, like the uncles sitting together in the room or the cemetery scene, are taken right from Bob Nelson's life. Nebraska is shot in black and white, which gives it a nostalgic tinge. But what David is forced to confront about his father's alcoholism and gullibility, his mother's disdain for everyone in town, his family's vulture circling, the reasons they had to move to Billings in the first place, is anything but nostalgic. The life that Woody has led has been harder than David ever guessed. Behind the quiet Midwestern charm shown to us by the black and white is a darker, sadder reality that forces us to see even an alcoholic sad sack like Woody as a complete human being.
The money you gave him didn't come close to what you owed. He couldn't say no to anybody, and it ruined him.
Once it gets out that Woody is apparently a millionaire, people start circling David and Woody trying to get a piece of Woody's new wealth. Nebraska is a darkly human, emotionally rich story about aging, family, generational trauma, grief, and finally, acceptance.
Does he have Alzheimer's?
He just believes stuff that people tell him.
Oh, that's too bad.
Yeah. Thank you.